On April 7, 2017, current and former members of the band Journey gathered together to be honored by the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Fans of the band, and in particular Steve Perry, were eager to see if the gathering would perhaps allow for a one-time regrouping of that classic Journey lineup that had spawned so many great hits. For years, the thought of Steve Perry performing again alongside Neil Schon, Jonathan Cain, Ross Valory, and Steve Smith seemed like a pipe dream. To the disappointment of fans worldwide, Steve decided to remain on the sidelines. Here's the story behind that decision. It was Pat Monahan, lead singer of Train, that had the honor, or in his words, the duty of inducting the heart of San Francisco into the Hall of Fame that night. He talked about the fact that he didn't believe in guilty pleasures. You either like something or you don't, and he loved Journey. He also recounted that it was the song Lights that convinced him that San Francisco might be the place for an aspiring musician from Erie, Pennsylvania. Once the band hit the stage to accept their award, it was just great to see them all together again. Each band member was gracious and had wonderful things to say about their time with the band. It is telling that this was the first year that the band had been nominated for this Lifetime Achievement Award, and it only took one try. In particular, I was moved by Neil Schon's comments. He's always been one of my favorite guitarists, and he was clearly excited to be receiving the recognition. And you couldn't help but feel happy for each member of this influential band. That said, it was Steve Perry's remarks that really stood out. It would have been so easy to turn inward and reflect on his own accomplishments, and yet, instead, Steve took a moment to recognize the fans. In his words, they were the people that put Journey in the Hall of Fame. And perhaps the most gracious act of the evening was to acknowledge the work of Arnel Pineda. So many of us Journey fans over the years, eager for Steve to return, have asserted that Arnel is a poor substitute for the real thing, and yet Steve recognized the tireless and sometimes thankless task that Arnel has night after night attempting to live up to this legend. That evening also provided an opportunity for Arnel to meet one of his heroes, face to face, and Steve handled it so well. Once you witness this interaction and couple it with Steve's comments, it's easy to understand why Steve Perry chose not to perform that evening. Whether the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame wants to acknowledge it or not, Arnel Pineda is part of Journey. And sure, we the fans will always long for the day when Steve might perform with the band again, but until that time we've got Arnel singing his heart out night after night. It's an interesting time for Journey. Simply searching Google headlines or YouTube provides a host of speculation around the band's future. I think it's fair to say that despite that triumphant evening in April, things have been a bit rocky lately. Will the band's current incarnation stay intact? Who knows? We'll have to stay tuned. So what do you think of Journey and Steve Perry? Will they ever perform together again? Leave your thoughts in the comments section below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.